Hello everybody, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're back with another episode of my 1GP 2 Twisted Bow flipping series, and where I'm attempting to earn a twisted bow in under 1 year from scratch. If I fail to do this, I'm going to be giving away all of the money that I have earned, which is a lot now, and on top of that I'm going to be eating the spiciest pepper that I can find on livestream. I'm definitely getting towards the end of this account. We're getting into the end game. Anyway guys, let's just get into it. I hope you enjoy, and let's get started. Alright, so we are starting this week at 613 mil, and what a week it has been. A pretty bad week if I'm being totally honest. One of those weeks that is so comically bad that all you can really do is laugh at it. Now as far as flips, they haven't really been going that well either. Last episode we ended up losing a bit of money on this Truver Parchment, and I think they're still crashing, so it wasn't a super smart decision to put in more of them. Once again, I really need to shift the items that I'm doing. I think once I've had them in too many episodes, they just don't really work that well. But we're going to do a few staple items here. We're also going to do the Dragon Full Helm, and we're going to try buying it for around 44 mil. And I'm going to go for 2 of them. I have tried this item. It's very slow, but the margin can be extremely good. Now, what I really want to try this episode is to do a bit of a temperature check on how much money I can make in an hour of flipping, because right now we have over 600 mil. And honestly, the flips I've been leaving in overnight haven't been much better now than they were 2-3 months ago. And I've kind of come to realize over the last month or two that really where having more money shines is when you're actively flipping, paying attention, getting better margins on the more expensive items like Dragon Claws, Raid Rewards, stuff like that. So at the end of this video, I want to do a bit of flipping like that and see how much money we can make per hour. Okay, another item I haven't done too much is the Gilded Armor set. I'm going to go for 8 of them, even though they are pretty slow. I think we still could get maybe 150k margin. Once again, I'm going to go for the Ancient Wyvern Shield, and I'm going to go for 6 of them. And I'll finish it off with a Dragon Dart flip where I'll invest the rest of our money, which is going to be quite a bit. I don't even know if we can buy all that overnight, but we'll give it a try and we'll come back later. Oh man, well, what a surprise, we lost more money. Again, the Truver Parchment, I knew that was a bad idea, and yet I still did it. No one to blame but myself there. We ended up losing 3.2 mil on the Truver Parchment. Very unfortunate. We did get a bit of money back on some of these other things, like we got 1.2 mil on the Ancient Wyvern Shield, which is good, 800k on the Gilded Armor set, and 600k on the Dragon Dart, but that still means overall we lost 500k, which is kind of sad. It doesn't feel great to know that all of your effort was pretty much wasted. So we're not off to a massive start by any means, but we still have time. Okay, first up here we're going to do an Uncharged Toxic Trident E flip, and we're going to go for a full bind limit on that one. It looks to have about 150k margin. We've had no luck selling off the Dragon Full Helm so far. I have no idea what the margin is, honestly. Next up here, we're going to try the Hydra Leather, and we're going to go for a full bind limit of 15 of them. Even though I have about 280 mil to invest, I'm still probably going to try the Malediction Ward because it honestly just has a better margin than any of these other items. But that does leave us with quite a bit of money. I'm going to price check a Justiciar Chest Guard. I don't really flip them normally that much. I usually do the armor set combination. Like 50k is not even that good. I swear margins right now have been so slim on everything. Screw it. We'll go ahead and do it. And that is going to be it for now. I'll check back in later today, I think. Hopefully we can make something happen. Unfortunately, I just have more lackluster flips here. Not what I want to be telling you guys. We have not really had a very successful flip in a couple of days now. Now, we did make about 700k on the Toxic Trident and about 335k on the Eternal Crystal, but everything else broke even. I mean, we didn't lose money this time, so I guess that's a bit of an improvement. Overall, we made around 1.1 mil on this flip, which is just so damn mediocre. It's kind of irritating me a little bit. Now, we do have a couple promising flips here. We have the Pharaoh's Scepter, which is currently sporting a 100k margin, as well as we have the Feminine Kilt, which is looking pretty promising as well. We're going to dump the Feminine Kilt in here for around 64.70, which is about 100k margin. I'm pretty happy about that. We're going to try maybe buying more of the kilts overnight. We'll do double the bind limit for that one. Okay, we're going to try the Ancient Wyvern Shield again because it did work for us earlier. And I'll go for a full bind limit here of 8. And last up here, we're going to try flipping the Enhanced Teleport Crystal. It currently has around a 100k margin, and we can do probably 20 of those overnight. I'll give it a try, and I'll see you tomorrow. Now, it is the end of November 12th already. I didn't really get too much done today, unfortunately. Now we did have a few good flips, but once again I ended up losing money on something really frustrating. I ended up losing 1.1 mil on the Ancient Wyvern Shield, which I mean isn't the worst loss. We ended up actually making about 1.1 mil on the Pharaoh Scepter, as well as another 886k on the Feminine Kilt, which means today all I really made was 800k, and that is definitely pretty disappointing. I'm gonna go ahead and try a few more items here. It's annoying because these items I'm doing have some of the better margins. I don't really know what to switch to, especially for overnight flips. I think I just need to find other items, because clearly a lot of people are checking the margin like right after me, because I often just get one. It's a bit strange. I didn't really feel like publishing all of my flips was really affecting me until now for whatever reason. I think I keep falling into a trap where I'm trying to spend all of my money on items because that is what makes sense logically, but in the end I'm actually making less this week than I did when I only had 100 mil. Like, it's really a weird concept. There's absolutely no reason why investing in more expensive items wouldn't give you a better return, but I'm not experiencing that very much over the last couple of weeks. So what I'm trying to say is I definitely need to switch something up, because these flips, they're not working very well. Now what I put in today is I put in for the Elven Signet again, once again showing like 100k margin. The Feminine Kilts have about 100k margin, Infinity Bottoms closer to 50. Okay, last up here I'm going to try for the Anku Mask. We're try going for 11.5 mil, we'll do it overnight, and I really hope these work out. Okay, there we go. That looks pretty promising. We ended up selling everything off, and we got a really good margin on the Dagonite robe set. Well, pretty good. It was supposed to be a mil, but that went away pretty quickly. That being said, we still made about 2.8 mil on that robe set combination. Highly risky though, so it was stressing me out. I'm glad I made any amount of money on that. We also made around 700k on the Gilded Scimitars and about 3 to 400k on pretty much everything else. So actually a pretty good set of flips, worth around 5 mil in profit. Once we go ahead and dump the rest of these items in here, we're going to hit collect here, and yeah, that's not looking very good. We do have 2 of the Infinity Robe bottoms to sell off, which means we're still probably up 5 or 6 mil, but you can really see how mediocre my flips have been up till now. Like, that 5 mil in profit is pretty much our total profit so far, and that is due to just losing money on a few different items here. We lost quite a bit of money on 2 separate flips. Anyway, let's see if we can get back on track here. We're gonna go check on GE Tracker once again, because the Infinity Robe bottom looks like it is actually dipped in price by a significant margin. Really like GE Tracker for that. They are a sponsor of mine, so if you're interested, there will be a link in the description for that. But yeah, going from 4 mil all the way down to 3 mil almost. And if you noticed earlier, I wasn't actually able to sell off the Infinity Robe bottoms. Now I have a bit of a tip for when you see big price dips like that. Like, for example, on the Infinity Robe bottom, there is about a mil margin right now. However, I would recommend not actually going for a 1 million GP margin, because while it is possible someone will dump their item in there, most likely you will just get none or maybe 1. And you'll be much better off going for a significant but more realistic margin. For example, on the Infinity Robe bottoms, I'm putting them in for 3,550, which is pretty much equal to hitting the -5% button twice. It is totally up to you, but I haven't had too much luck doing that. I prefer to put in more realistic offers. Now, what we put in for right now is another set combination for the Dagon High robe set. It is still a bit risky because the prices are all over the place. And we're also going to put in for a few other items like the Dex Prayer Scroll, the Anku Mask, and the Gilded Kite Shield. Anyway, hopefully these will work out, and I'll check back in a bit later. Oh man, we got burned on the Dagonite robe set again. I just keep making the same mistake. That was not very smart. We ended up losing 4 million gold on the Dagonite robe set combination. That was just on 5 of them. But on top of that, we actually lost another 500k on the Din's Bulwark. We did make a bit of money on some things, like we made a bit of money on the Infinity Bottoms, 800k on the Dex Prayer Scroll, but altogether we still ended up losing over 2 mil. It's just how this week's going, guys. I don't know if it's going to turn around in time. Now let's see where we're at. 617 mil. So we're still up 4 mil. We haven't lost any money yet. Now, we haven't made too much progress this week. I'm not sure if this is going to turn around or not. I think I'm still going to publish the video though. I understand I haven't really made much progress, but it is kind of part of flipping. Often you will lose money. Sometimes you're going to break even. And I think it's a bit disingenuous to not include clips like this. As long as it's hopefully educational, then you'll still hopefully find it interesting. That being said, I really want to try to get out of this rut. Okay, the Dex Prayer Scroll worked really nicely for us, so we're going to try that again at around 50.4 mil, and I'm going to go for 3 of them. Okay, we're going to do the Odium Ward. It has a really good margin, and I'm going to attempt to do 24 of them. That's wishful thinking, definitely. Next up here, we're going to do the Ring of Nature. We're going to go for 4 of them and going to buy them for around 9.3 mil. All right, I'm going to try for the Third Age Amulet. I haven't had too much success on this item, but it does look very promising with about a 500k margin. I think it trades more than most Third Age items as well. Next up here, we're going to price check the Crossbow. Definitely been one of the more consistently good items in quite a while. My standards are lowering. That is good now comparatively. A 50k margin on a 10 mil item is now good, where before I would consider that to be terrible. My god. I guess that's only 30k on an item that is 50 mil. You can see what I'm kind of dealing with here. I have not had much luck. I have tried a lot of different items as well. And I'll go for the Din's Bulwark, I guess. And that is going to be it for today. Well, maybe I'll check in later. Who knows? I'm actually pretty impressed with these flips. We had a really good one on the Ranger boots. We ended up getting about 1.1 mil in profit on 5 pairs of Ranger boots. And on top of that, I actually got a really good margin on the Din's Bulwark of over 100k, which is very rare for an item like that. That was definitely lucky. However, in total, I ended up with about 2.9 mil in profit, which I'm very happy with considering how poor some of the flips have been this week. Now, I'm going to be putting in some overnight flips right now. We're going to do the Elven Signet once again. We're still getting around a 100k profit, which is very, very good. We're going to try the Avernic Defender Hilt, but we're going to try buying it for about 88.6. Actually, I haven't done a Fury Ornament Kit flip in quite a while. I'm going to try for 12 of them overnight. And last up here, I'm going to go for the Vigor's Chain Mace once again, and we're going to go for maybe triple the buying limit. I don't know. We're just going to invest a bunch of money and we'll see what happens. All right, that's going to be it for today, guys. I will see you tomorrow. Okay, I'm checking in today for a single reason, and that is a very interesting interaction that happened with the Grand Exchange today. And I just got really, really lucky, and someone else got very unlucky. Okay, so you notice here that I can't actually sell off the Elven Signet instantly. I'm trying to sell it for 5.5 mil, which is way under market value. I try for 5.2 mil, so I'm like, wow, that's kind of weird. So at this point, I decide I'm going to go ahead and put an offer in for the Elven Signet, and I decided to put it in at around 5.6 mil. So have a look at this. We put the Elven Signet in for 5.6 mil, hit confirm, and we instantly buy one. So I'm like, ah, crap, that's kind of weird. But then I go click on it, and we bought it for 5 mil. That is just a very weird interaction from the Grand Exchange, which means we pretty much made a mil in profit in a second. So yeah, we finally have sold everything off, and let's see where we're at today. Realistically, I was supposed to upload this video today, but I'm going to put it off a bit later, I think. Now, after we claim everything here, we are up to 623 mil, which means we're only up 10 mil so far, which is very disappointing. Well, I want to do some active flipping. I think that will serve me better, and I want to see how much money I can actually make now. So I'm going to be doing that for about an hour just to kind of get a temperature check on how much money I could theoretically make an hour doing this. Now, I do find active flipping fun, but there's kind of a reason I don't do it all the time, and I think a lot of people don't, is it's quite a bit of work. You're kind of constantly needing to check offers, change prices, fill in new offers, take out money. It's a pretty active process. So that's why I don't generally do lots of active flipping day to day, because in my head, it's a lot more efficient to have an account that's giving you passive income. For example, really slow offers that you only have to check maybe once or twice a day, and they'll still make you a lot of money, as opposed to having to dedicate your entire focus to your flipping account and not being able to play another account at the same time. So I'm going to be doing the most expensive PVM items right now. We're going to be doing the Dragon Hunter Crossbow, Dragon Claws. We might do a Dragon Warhammer flip. I'm really trying to keep it to the more expensive items to try to get better margins. I'm also going to do maybe some high volume items as well, but anyway, we're starting at around 10:15. Let's go for roughly an hour and see how much money that we can make. Alright, we found a really good flip on the Rim's armor set combination as well as the Dragon Hunter Crossbow. Currently getting around a 200k margin on the Dragon Hunter Crossbow, which I think is good. Okay, we actually managed to get pretty much all of the Rim's armor sets, which I'm very happy about, and do about 5 sales on the Dragon Hunter Crossbow. So that alone is worth around the 600 to 700k, and that is where having a lot of money can really be powerful, because getting a 150k margin on an item that is very quick to buy and sell, that can just be a really quick, easy million GP profit. But you really do need the capital to do that, because the Dragon Hunter crossbow is almost 100 mil. We are just kind of finishing this up here. We moved on to a few other items that worked nicely. The Toxic Tridents we ended up getting about a 75k margin on. The Bagasian boots, again, pretty good, but we don't have too much time left. Alright, we only have around 7 minutes left, and we've sold off pretty much everything. We just have a few of the Armadillo chest plates to go through. Anyway, guys, that is going to be it for our hour. Let's hit collect and see where we're at least 2 mil in profit. We'll look at it directly, and actually closer to 2.9 mil in profit in about an hour. We did leave for a couple hours at the end here, but we only had an item or two selling off, so it wasn't a huge deal. But 3 mil an hour, that's pretty damn good. It is fairly competitive with some of the best moneymakers in the game. And I think once I get to 1 billion GP, I really want to try to see if I can get 5 million in an hour, maybe even 10 mil in an hour. I really want to push the limits to see what's possible from flipping. Okay, so that brings us to 625 mil. So I really have one more night to really try to bring this back to a normal week at least. I would say 20 mil at least is the average I'm hoping for. Realistically, I should be able to get more. Okay, first up here, we're going to start with an Amulet of Eternal Glory flip. It worked pretty well for us a couple days ago. And as always, I'm going to be doing the Elven Signet. Pretty much consistently has been having a 100k margin for weeks now, and we got pretty lucky with it earlier. Next up here, I'm going to do the Torture Ornament Kit, having around a 50,000 GP margin. Next up here, we're going to do the Fremnant Kilt, again having around a 50k margin. I'm going to be doing the Vigora's Chain Mace for around 2.5 mil, and I'll be doing double the buying limit for that one. Next up here is the Team Cape Zero for around 4.8 mil. I think one of the more expensive free-to-play items. Next up, I'm going to do the Saradomin Godsword Ornament Kit for just shy of 5 mil. And to finish it up, I'm going to be doing a Staff of the Dead flip, and I'm going to go for maybe 16 of them, double the buying limit. I really hope these flips pay off, and I'll check back in the morning. Well, today is November 19th, and honestly, this was not a bad way to finish off the week. We had a pretty decent profit on pretty much everything, and a standout profit on the Staff of the Dead. We ended up getting a 230k margin on this item, and we did do 16 of them, which is a huge profit of I think 3.5 mil. You can see we bought them for 71.47 and we sold them for 73.70. That is a massive profit. We also ended up with 800k in profit on the Guardian boots as well as the Elven Signet. Honestly, everything was pretty profitable. We got 500k on the Torture Ornament Kit, 600k on the Chain Mace, 450k on the Saradomin Godsword Kit, and around 800k on the Saradomin's tier. Just pretty damn good overall. And we have a few items here to sell off still. We'll just go ahead and dump these in here. So this week we started at 613 mil and we ended it at 632 mil, which is a very good turnaround. I wasn't sure it was going to happen, but it was a very tough week overall. But with a bit of luck and a bit of perseverance, we managed to kind of stay on track. I do still feel like I could have done a lot better, but at least we brought it back to somewhat average at around a 20 mil profit. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I really hope you did enjoy. If you have any comments, any suggestions, I would appreciate it if you left them down below, and I will see you next week.